Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to a video. This is technically my first video, but on this channel it's my second video because I got out of order uploading them again. But here we go, second video, let's go. In the 19th and early 20th century, there were a network of little industrial tramways in Cheshire to transport peat from the peat bogs to means of transport like canals and railways. This video is an attempt by myself to explore the abandoned remains of one of these structures from what I call the Danes Moss Tramway. There's not a lot of evidence about this online, so a lot of this video is conjecture. This video is actually mostly an exercise in speculation and conjecture. Not all of what I speculate may be true, and I'm just looking at the evidence I can find on the ground, some common sense, and what works in a historical narrative. So, let's begin. So, to get to this tramway, you've got to park up at Home Bargains at Lime Green and just head on towards the Macclesfield Canal. You've got to go through this little alleyway which doesn't look particularly inviting, but when you get to the end you get greeted with this nice brown canal. This is the Macclesfield Canal, built in 1831 by the Thomas Telford, the chap that did all the other canals, and some quite nice roads. So you need to just head up past this bridge. This is the only bridge you'll actually go under, heading towards the tramway from the car park. So we're just going to have a quick look at the bridge. There was more to that video, but I got distracted by a train. So we just need to walk up the entire length of the canal. It's not that far, to be honest with you. It's probably about a 10-minute walk. It's not too bad. There's some industry on each side. This was once, according to the maps, was a glue works, but now it's just container farms. So yeah, you're just gonna basically just keep walking, and you will get to this sign. This sign indicates that you need to go down towards Danes Moss, and this is the tramway. So if you get to this bridge, you've gotten too far. So you just got to step back from the fence, keep on going. Keep going. Come on, let's go. Through the gate. Yeah, you went too far. This way. There we go. So this is now the track bed that you're looking at. And this little spike out the ground, that's a rail. And I stuck my phone in and stood on some boggy ground to get this shot for you. So I hope you appreciate this shot of a piece of sticky out rail. No idea how long that goes into the ground, but yeah, that's a piece of rail. That's your first hint that you'll get that you're on the tramway. Next, you just head on over the footbridge, and you just gotta wait for a 323 to go past. And once that's gone past, you can continue down the path. So in this obviously sped up footage, we are just now racing our way to the walkable part of the track bed. So this is all the track bed you're looking at now, but I'm going to the end and I'm going to cover it backwards. And what the camera's going to do in a moment is going to fly through a part of leftover infrastructure. So we're just going to stop in a moment and we're going to have a closer look at what we just ran over. What you're seeing now is the last piece of track remaining of the Danes Moss Tramway. Now overgrown and covered in weeds, this piece of track, which was once visible in the depths of winter of last year and the year before, is now just mud and grass. I took the opportunity to have a little dig around to see if I could find the other rail to try and get a measurement of the gauge. Even though online it said it was 3 foot, I just wanted to make sure for myself, to be honest with you. See if I could see the other rail that was hidden in the undergrowth. I did manage to find another one, and using my feet as a crude measuring stick, I did indeed measure out 3 feet in between the tracks. But this small section of overgrown line is all that remains of the Danes Moss Tramway. Now that you're this far through the video, it's statistically unlikely that you're going to click off. So, here's the part of the video where I film on location and just babble. It's literally a vlog now. So this has gone from a well-polished historical video to a vlog. So, enjoy my ramblings and my ramblings. So time for a bit of on-location audio, because I've recorded all this at home because I can't think of what to say out here, but this is the part where I'm on location. So, don't know what part of the video this is going to be, but I'm at Danes Moss. There's a train in the distance somewhere, about there. No, there. No, there. Ah, it moves, damn it. Anyway, so Danes Moss, just south of Macclesfield, and I'm looking for a piece of rail. There's just like a random piece of rail that's just been discarded and left. So I'm looking for that. I remember it being around here. Last time I came here, it was a lot less overgrown. Someone's actually just trimmed it and took care of it last time, but this time around, yeah, it's gone to crap. I think it was here. I think the rail was here somewhere. I have a feeling it was. Like, my brain's telling me it was next to the tree, but there's a lot of them. Look, that's the alignment that way. And that's the other alignment that way. All the way through to the canal, I think. That's the theory. That's the theory this video is based on. If it's not, then this video is for naught. Where is this rail? Maybe someone's taken it, moved it. I don't know. Maybe it's fallen into the gunk. Because this is a peat bog after all. There's probably other such artifacts in here, but I can't be bothered looking in there. I'm not getting muddy. Oh, there's one. Look, there. Right. Anyway, so sleeper. There's a lot of actual permanent weight left over here because we've got a sleeper. Oh.
Press and hold both volume keys for 3 seconds to use talkback.
What? No, why were you a Dalek? No, don't turn on. Jeez, that scared the heck out of me. That scared the heck. I wanted to swear, but my body was like, no, you're on YouTube, don't say the hell word. Oh, I just did it. Let's carry on. There it is, I found the rail. Look, see it there? That's the rail. Last time I came, I didn't dare move it, but last time I came, I wasn't making a video. And everyone knows you put yourself at risk for making a video. Here we go, here's a rail. I moved a rail. Am I a permanent way engineer now? Oh my god, they're so heavy, and this one's tiny. Wow, I'm really not good at getting this in shot. Oh my god, that's heavy. Oh wow. Look at that. Anyways, there's the end of it. Where's the other end? That is long. Okay, that explains the weight. Look at that. You don't get this on a Paul Whitewick video. Look at that. Rail. I felt the ground move and I did that. That was a mistake. There we are. I found a rail. So, first things first, apologies to Paul for that remark. Unprofessional is what I'd say, and also that's what this entire video is from here on out. So I'm now just recording over here. I'm walking back over parts of track I've already been over. I mentioned before about a theory about this railway, and for that we're going to have to go and look at some maps to see why I think this track was built about 70 years earlier than what people online say it is. So this is the part of the video where you just see me look at a map for a bit, and I hope to explain a little bit about what I'm seeing here. So we have here the Danes Moss tramway. Where's Danes Moss? There we are, the big words Danes Moss. I couldn't find them when I was looking around, but they were there apparently. This is the part of the tramway I was looking at here. So the little piece of track that I found that was still in existence, although overgrown, was about here. And that's roughly where I found the parts of the track. And then we've got the canal over there. You can see here, if I turn it back on, there was actually an extensive network of the Danes Moss tramway that actually extended further north towards Macclesfield. These parts you can't really get on anymore. If I were to just turn the overlay back again, yeah, you see it doesn't exist now. No, there's a dirty great big ditch going down here. You probably saw it in my video, and the alignment's completely gone now. You can see here. This alignment here is a lot stronger, but that's obviously not part of the original tramway, or at least it wasn't at the time the map was made. There's another section up here which apparently does have some track. I've heard that there is track up here, but I can't get there and I don't want to risk my boots getting there, so we're just going to switch back to the map now, and I'm just going to explain why I think my theory of the tramway being built in 1831 or in between 1830 and 1848 is my theory. So the railway we're looking at, going vertical here, that was built in 1848 for the Macclesfield to Congleton connection by the North Staffordshire line, and the canal here was built in 1831. So that was a good amount of years earlier, nearly 20 years earlier, about 18 years earlier. And this is where that sign was, where I did that shot, and this is the piece of path that I walked along, and the bridge is here, so we can just have a look and see the bridge there. This is suspiciously in line with this. It's not perfectly in line, but it's suspicious because there's actually quite a large picnic area here now. And if I were transporting Pete via a little railway, I'd build it to the canal. Now, this obviously has gone down here to the goods shed, but if I was building it to here, I'd have built it in a straight line. I wouldn't have done a bend or any of this infrastructure. I would have built it straight. And there is actually ample space here, if you ignore the railway, pretend the railway isn't there, for that to exist. And in 1848, the railway comes ploughing through, and I'm just the guy that owns the tramway. I take up this track here, the sidings and all that, and I move them down here, and connect up with the newfangled railway, and I leave this branch in place just because I can't be bothered taking it up. Why else would this exist? This is the transfer bit here. Why does this exist? It has no reason to exist other than pointing directly at the canal. And also the clearance isn't high enough for there ever to be a bridge. The railway came through and obliterated the previous alignment. If you can imagine this line here just continuing to the canal where it says swing bridge, and this infrastructure being over here, then in 1848 the track comes through, this gets moved, the situation probably expands, they probably go further towards the town, and it could probably go further out this way too. I'm guessing if you actually look at the overhead here, you've got more alignments going on. There's all sorts of stuff going on in these fields, but here as well, you've got old gravel pit. So this is probably going to be taking gravel up this tramway all the way to the canal. Or that's gravel which is building work for the railway, because this is actually on a small embankment going all the way down here. So that is my theory, and that is the basis of this entire video, that this tramway was not built in, as some people say, 1907 or 1890 or even 1860. I reckon it was built in a short period of time in between 1831 and 1848, and I'm going to hazard a guess it was built about 1840. Originally man-powered and then horse-powered, but I reckon it was man-powered first because it's a tramway. I reckon if they went straight for horsepower, it would have been called something different, like a wagonway. But it's distinctly called a tramway on the map. It's a tramway, and people say a man pushing a wagon is closer to the original definition of tram. So I hope this clears it up. I hope this is my theory, and I hope it don't sound stupid. I'm going to head back to me on the ground. I'm going to be about here, going for a little bit of a walk through the woods to try and find this. In reality, I end up down here, but try and find this. But I end up down here. Whoa, I can do a square. Whoa, that's crazy. Anyway, yeah, back to the video. So back to on location Steve. Okay, so that way you can see here, that is the route towards the railway and the canal. So if I were to follow down there, let's just do it. So you can see here we've got some sleepers. It's got some more infrastructure. There's probably a rail in here somewhere. You can see here it's all been like it's probably used to be somewhat on the level, but it's now all been like bulged up by tree roots coming through. I mean, look at these. Push that one right out. We reach here, so the alignment, you can still see that's the alignment, comes through here. I'm guessing that is the abutment of the old bridge, and it scoots straight into, you can see it there actually, there's the old alignment. Actually, you can't on video, but there is a dip here. And that scoots straight into the embankment. And if I were to go over the bridge, which I'm not going to do because I have to get over it again, and then again, and I've already been over it 4 times, that lines up perfectly with the footpath on the other side. So that'll be a future part of the video that I'll record. But if I go this way, I'm very tempted to walk across that plank, but I also don't wish to die. But some more of it heads off that way apparently, but I'm not going that way. If you head back up the alignment, I'm just going to probably speed up the footage for you now. We get to here, the boardwalk. Now this boardwalk is obviously not railway, see? But if you walk along here, and if I go over to the map, you can see here that this actually lines up almost perfectly with the old alignment. And you can see here as I come off, we are back on the old alignment, because here we have sleepers. More of them, in fact. And something metal. Is that a rail? Oh god, it's heavy. You know what? I'm going to try and lift that. I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to try a two-handed approach. I'm just overdubbing this with this recording because for this entire section of the video, I have my thumb over one of the microphones and it's making the most horrendous noise. I think you're literally hearing my pulse. Anyway, so this piece of metal that I managed to wedge up out the ground got stuck by a tree root and I couldn't get it any higher up, but looking at the profile, it doesn't really look like a rail, but I'm lost as to what on earth it could be. So, any ideas? Let them in the description below. Definitely old, very old. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment. I would say subscribe for content like this, but I think at the moment this is going to be a one-off. I can't think of any more to do, but like the bridge says, I'm going to stop. Thank you so much for watching and have a good evening, day, afternoon, lunch, whatever time of day it is, have a good one of it.